What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about what I believe to be the biggest mistake of new spot and stock bow hunters. What's going on, guys? I'm Josh Kirshner. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Bow on the Dialed In Hunter YouTube channel. This episode is going to be all about what I truly believe to be the biggest mistake of new spot and stock bow hunters. And I say that confidently because this is something that I did a whole lot when I was first starting out. And since those older days, I've witnessed a lot of newer folks do the same exact thing. So we're going to dive into a little bit of story time here, okay? January archery deer in Arizona. It's over the counter. Awesome spot and stock hunt. Long ago, in my first years of bow hunting, I was hunting mule deer in the desert and was seeing quite a few deer. I had like 3 or 4 different bucks in front of me, all with different groups of does, pushing them around, rutting. It was awesome. All morning, I sat there, over analyzing the whole situation, coming up with a bunch of reasons why the stalks weren't going to work out. And in the end, I ended up not even leaving the glassing knob. And this is something that occurred often in my hunting. I would see deer and basically from lack of experience, I would sit back and overanalyze what was going on, and it would keep me from making a move on the deer. All of this overanalyzing is something that I like to refer to as new bow hunter syndrome. Bow hunting is often looked at as a walking on eggshells type of situation, and in a sense it is. But in order to have success spot and stalking, it involves action on your part. You can't sit there and wait for the absolute perfect scenario. I'm not saying that that'll never happen, because you will experience some stuff. It's just like textbook situations. But more times than not, you kind of have to, mold a situation to your style and apply yourself to it and kind of roll with the punches. And that's kind of one of the fun things about this whole thing, is nothing is really the same from time to time. And because of this outlook on bow hunting being such a touchy thing and being so hard, it really is difficult. I think we, newer bow hunters especially, tend to try to avoid failure at all costs, right? Like we want it to happen so bad, right? You want to fill your tag so bad, and we almost do that to a fault, and avoid the failures. But in all reality, those failures are those are the lessons that you need to get to success. Okay, and so the only way to get to the finish line is to go over all the speed bumps and the twists and turns and the unexpected things around the corner in order to gain the knowledge to actually be successful. So a couple common things that I've heard and have said myself, situations, are stuff like, oh, I don't know if he's gonna be there by the time I get over there. I don't know what the wind is doing over in that spot where the deer's at. And then a famous one is like, I don't know if I have the time to get over there, and maybe it's the last part of the day. I don't know if I have the time to get over there to get to the deer. All of that is all stuff where it's like you don't know if you don't go type of thing. So what I say is just, yes, those things are of concern, and I think you can apply that stuff better as you get more experience under your belt, like not knowing if you have enough time to get to a certain deer. Through experience, you will actually know that and know how long it takes to get to certain areas. But when you don't have the experience of actually going after stuff, you don't have anything to gauge that on. You're up in your head, okay? And it only takes like a minute for success to happen. After going year after year when I was newer and not connecting on deer, I consulted a buddy of mine who is a just absolute mule deer slayer. At the time he had like 20 plus mule deer bucks with his bow, spot and stock in the desert. And I just asked him, I'm like, dude, how? Like, how are you how are you doing this consistently every single year? And his answer was both disappointing and enlightening in the same breath. And he says, "Oh, I just go right at him." Like, that's it? Yeah, that's it. I just go right at him. Like, okay. Ever since that point, that phrase has stuck in my mind, and I've kind of, you know, just adopted that into my style. Yes, it's grown over time, and there is a such thing as you know, being aggressive to a fault. But the fact of the matter is like, if you have a deer tag in your pocket and there's a deer standing out there, I mean, the bare bones of the situation is, well, go over there, right? Like, that's the only way is you're gonna build your skills in order to learn how to be successful with a bow. Fast forward to the following season, with this new perspective in my mind of, oh, I'm just gonna go right at him, okay, and just try to be a good hunter and figure it out. I was sitting on a cold ridge in January, spotted a forky mule deer buck long ways out, and he was by himself. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go right at him and just, you know, go from point A to point B to point C and just figure things out as I went. About an hour and a half later, I found myself peeking over a bush at full draw. And it was the first, like, that was the first time that ever happened to me. And it resulted in me getting my first archery deer. So ever since that point, since that year, that mindset of I'm just going to go right at him and kind of like seize the moment type of mentality has resulted in success every single year for me. I'm not, like, by no means, don't take me the wrong way, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it was what I think the important thing here is it was an aha moment, right? We have those through bow hunting, and it's so rewarding when you experience an aha moment. And so now, like, about a decade later, as I sit here and I've had the privilege of taking out newer bow hunters out into the field and stuff, I see them making those decisions that I used to make that hold them back from going and trying to grab success. It's almost as if they're like waiting for it to come to them. But the fact of the matter is like, you need to go get it. Every failure you have is a puzzle piece. And the more of those that you acquire, you're going to see a more clear picture that's going to get you closer and closer to success more consistently. That's going to do it, guys. Be a doer, not a don'ter, is what this is all about. Paralysis by analysis. It is very real in bow hunting. And I think if you can overcome that and navigate your way through it, you're just going to have that much more success in the end. So thank you so much for watching. Drop down below. I want to know, so that was an aha moment for me. Okay, this whole situation of, oh, I'm just going to go at them. I want to hear about your aha moments, man. Drop them down below. Let's hear how when a light bulb clicked on for you and made you a better bow hunter. So thank you so much for watching another episode of Behind the Bow. If you liked the video, please hit thumbs up. If you like the channel, please hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.